Hola, witches, magical minds, and our mundane allies. It is the 31st of January, 2019. These are the cards of our day, and we are working with the Faerytale Oracle by my favorite Lucy Cavendish and artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I love the deck. So we're working with it again, and it's what? It's Thursday? Just Thursday. Yes, we're going to have fun today. Enjoy our time together. Um, yes, and yes, and yes, and yes. Hopefully everyone's having a blessed day so far. Hey, Shawnette. Hey, Helen. Hey, Jade. Yes, we're going to have fun. Hey, Carolyn. It's a good day, good energy. And just again, let's see. Hey, Anita. Hey, Callie. Yeah, you know what? My birthday was, y'all made my birthday special, by being present with me, sharing space with me, expressing, a happy birthday. I appreciated it so much. And again, I don't know who sent this to me, but it didn't say. So whoever sent this to me, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This is a live send. Thank you, Lucy, so much. I just got this in before we started this live. Thank you so much for this birthday prezi. I'm really excited to read it. I'm really excited to read it. So I'm thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, y'all made my birthday, honestly. Words don't even express, words can't express what I'm feeling. So again, just thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Yvonne. Ooh, Jennifer, that is cold. Hey, Raina. Yes. Mm-hmm. Hi, Aisha. Hey, Sam.
Sorry, I couldn't find Sam in your contacts.
I didn't say call Sam, bitch. Y'all, I need to figure... My phone's charging. I probably should turn it off when I do these live things. Siri likes to... He who shall not be named likes to get in our business and, hey, Sarah. Hey, Oli. Thank you, Sarah. I said...
You're welcome.
Okay, I said Sarah, and it read Sarah, but it's still responding to me. Rude. I'm gonna put it under, put something over it. Shh. Don't listen. Hey, Sarah. Hey, Yoli. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Marley. Thank you, Yvonne. Yes, I'll let you know. I'm going to read it, and I'll let you know if it's a good book or not. Thank you, Callie, for the coffee. I love it. And it's like one of those, it's like, here, have some coffee, bitch slap. So here, this coffee's wonderful, but also I get a bitch slap in. So I love it. Right. Hey, Brittany. Yeah. And I'm a little later than usual, too, because I decided to work out again today, trying to make it a priority. So it pushes things a little later. So I worked out again. I love exercising. I love working out. It makes me feel good. So I'm going to keep up with it again now that I can really focus and spend time on it. So that's what we'll do. So yes, hey Becky, hey Katarina, love your name. Hopefully everyone's having a blessed day, and if not, take some time to just disconnect with the flow that you are on right now and reground yourself. And you are here for however long you can be, and we're going to tap into a message that we can all utilize and work with. This is our time together. This is a safe space for you to express yourself. with love, with gratitude, with compassion, with understanding, and as much non-judgment as possible. Let's be honest. Okay. I know sometimes this is like the boring part because all I'm doing is rambling and shuffling, but we have to shuffle. I mean, I guess I could shuffle before, but then, meh. And again, if you think someone might benefit from this, go ahead and tag their name, or you can share this and let them know, like, hey, we're about to start. We're about to begin our messages, and we're going to have fun. We're going to enjoy ourselves, and yeah, we're going to be what we naturally are, and that is awesome, okay? So here we go. This is where you get to participate. So go ahead and comment 1, 2, or 3. The first number that pops into your head, 1, 2, or 3. And what this does, again, I explain this every day because some people are new and some people don't realize, all 3 cards are messages for us, all of us. When you focus on your situation, you focus on what you might need, you listen, or however you receive your information, the first number that comes to your mind, that number is going to be a card that will be your dominant influence, where the other 2 cards are still adding to the message, but they will support that dominant influence. So it helps you to kind of just take this general reading experience and fine-tune and personalize it to yourself. Yes. Probably. Yes, let's cover that found of mine. Raina, let's not talk ghosts. I just got to the part in our Marco Polo where Amanda's talking about certain experiences, and everyone's talking about their experiences. I'm like, fuck, y'all, I'm here. Yeah, ghosts, spirits. Hey, Allison. Working at being healthy, yes, Shawnette. Hey, Cougar. Okay, hey Linda, hey June. So 1, 2, or 3, go ahead and comment. Hey Minuet, good to see your name. Hey Carrie, good to see you. I love this part too because it's like I'm all over the place. I'm rambling. You never know what's going to come out of this mouth of mine, or I never know what I'm going to read. So we have fun. Okay. Let's see. I am proud of myself though. I was able to do all the kicks, like back kicks, like all of it. I don't jump right now. I used to be able to jump really fucking high, but that like now I'm just like, oh, like all my body's moving up and I'm like, but my feet aren't lifting. You know, I told you that yesterday, but it's still true today or the other day. I think it was yesterday. But yeah, I was like, oh shit, like I might have to like wear a bra or something because like if I jump high enough, like these tits are gonna knock me out. The struggle is real. 3, 2, 1, and 3. Okay, awesome. 2, 2, 2. Right. Okay. As long as we keep working at it and trying, we do. I don't really pick a number. I kind of just let the 3 cards, decide. But today, boom, 2. Linda, 3. Yes, exactly, Sarah. I like that. Yes. Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you, Allison's husband. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, you're watching recording. You can still participate, still fun. Go ahead and comment 1, 2, 3, and we will get into the reading. And it's going to be fun. And again, because oh, that bitch is fierce. Okay, I can see all the cards are super cute. So because it is the deck that it is and it requires like the story to be told, we will be reading a lot and we'll be sharing the story that they have here. And oh wow, you might have to watch a recording if you have to go and do something and come back and watch the replay. That's absolutely fine. So, okay, now we can begin. So, card 1. Again, dominant for those who chose card 1, supporting for those who did not. Card 1 is the Light Princess, Ungrounded. The Light Princess, Ungrounded. And just take into consideration when you're interpreting messages for yourself, taking into consideration the words, and as you hear the words, how it feels, what might pop up, as well as when you see the image, what comes up. So, there. So the Light Princess, what pops up for you when you see it, when you hear the words ungrounded. Her eyes are beautiful. So let's read. So death alone from death can save. Love is death, and so is brave. Love can fill the deepest grave. Love loves on beneath the wave. The Light Princess is a modern fairy tale which describes eloquently what can take place when you fail to ground, to value, and earth our desires. Ooh, oh, sorry, but was it yesterday? Earth Our Desires like totally stood out for me, and it has resonance to. I believe it was what we just was it what we discussed yesterday about grounding, and earthing things. I don't remember when we discussed it, but we did it this week, I believe. So just pay attention to that. Let's go back. So, The Light Princess is a modern fairy tale which describes eloquently what can take place when we fail to ground, to value, and earth our desires. In this deeply symbolic story, a beautiful princess is born but is cursed at birth. Her curse is an unusual one. She is weightless and floats high above all that is on the ground and must be gently guided about at all times, on a string like a human kite. She also is unable to grasp anything that is of a complex or serious nature. Sorry, I'm trying to read and keep the card in focus. So she is also unable to grasp anything that is of a complex or serious nature. She is not intelligent, but it seems she is completely disinterested in anything that is deep or sad in any way. In some ways, she lacks empathy and the ability to relate as she floats above all, gliding about, looking at everything from afar away, from the air, laughing at the beauty of the sky, and page turn, and the clouds. I really need something to just hold. She is separate, sweet, and hopeless. The only thing that can weigh her down for a time is water, the element associated with memory, death, and emotional maturity. Thus, one message of the tale and a message of this card is that it is through emotional experience, memory, and the intelligent and honest examination of the past. Ooh, that ring light is bothering me. And our psyche's awakening that we develop compassion and empathy and true intelligence. When we have no ability to feel the heaviness of certain situations, we may have the benefit of escaping much that is painful, but we run the danger of becoming distant, literally airheaded or fluffy. If we choose to stay ungrounded and to focus only on ascension or being a light worker without acting in real grounded ways to help those around us, we can truly become cruel. We have power as the princess does, but it must be grounded and brought to earth and lived out through the body in order to be useful and truly loving. In time, there is a happy ending for the Light Princess, but the ability to come down to earth does not mean she is no longer free. It means that she can finally relate and find true connection with others. So let me put this down because, the meaning is expressed as it is time to ground. You must take steps to reconnect, come down to earth. Escapism is making you ineffective. Fantasy without grounding can become cruelty. The need to be serious right now. Tyler, considering yourself invulnerable, immune, minimizing issues which need attention, spiritual laws, emotional depth, denial of gravity, and ungrounded. So, the Light Princess. What do we make of her? How does she make us feel? What's coming up? Let's discuss. Let's talk. Okay. Hey, Kimberly. Okay, the day before yesterday. Okay. I know. Look at it. Marianne, what? Hey, Marianne. This feels very good to me for some reason. That's fine. She doesn't take anything heavy with her. I resonate with this so much. Okay. This is my card. Stuck in a dream world. Okay. Daydreamer. Yes. Beautiful. They are beautiful cards. Oh my God. Well, look at. Hello, Amanda. Grounding is a must. Hi, hey, Andrew. Living through the rough emotional things is where you learn. Empathy to others, since been there, done that, instead of bringing airhead. So, the Light Princess. Okay. definitely the importance of grounding is something we really need to understand and comprehend. It brings grounding is vital to our life experience, because it also helps us connect with the earth, connect with each other. So when we are grounded, we are still able to fly. We can still be the light princess, and fly and be above and enjoy the clouds and be in the air and enjoy that, but from a grounded state. When we are grounded, we can connect with people, but still have our, airy ways, I guess you could say. It's important for us because when we are grounded, we are living this physical existence, we are living this physical experience, but we are also able to bring in an information, bring in other spiritual practices, bring in other energy. So we are not separating ourselves, or we are not escaping from reality. We are integrating what we love and our passion and the things that are up in the air. We're integrating that into our current form. Stuck in a dream world to avoid pain, which brings you back to reality. Yeah, we are on card 1, Andrew. Thank you, Callie. Yes. No, this is the Faerytale Oracle. It's expressed in the description. Yes, the Faerytale Oracle. So let's see. It's like when someone says, "Come back down to earth, connect to nature, and live." Yes, and it's a very powerful card because it reminds us that when we are ungrounded, we are like wishy-washy, and we are not able to make decisions. And also, the interesting thing to me about this card is when expressed like water is what brings the Light Princess back. Water is so potent; we can program it, and we can bring things into our lives and manifest just with water. But the fact that water is associated with our emotions, when for most of us, I think the first thing that we need to answer, you don't have to answer here, this can be very personal, so whatever you want, but the first thing we have to ask ourselves is, what's the thing that I am emotionally disconnecting myself from right now? What's the first thing that pops into my head when I focus on what am I emotionally disconnecting myself from right now? So we know that, we can understand that. What are we emotionally disconnecting from? What do we not want to face? And that's something important. So the Light Princess is making it aware that the thing that we're running from, the thing that we are trying to escape, is still attached to us. We are just disconnected from it. And by being disconnected from it and running around, it's like someone who has they go to the bathroom and they have toilet paper on their shoe, and it's still connected to you, bitch. There's toilet paper there. You can't see it because you're walking, but everyone else can. And so, you disconnect and you're like, what the fuck's going on around here? It's like, you got toilet paper on your shoe, bitch. Come on, pay attention. So I don't know why that just popped into my head. It just did. But it stands true, because you are disconnecting from what's actually going on. So you're not grounded. So you're not paying attention to your body, your mind, your spirit. You're just off in la la land. And then it disconnects you from the world, and the world's trying to help you out. Hey, you got something. You're like, what the? Don't talk to me. You're beneath me. And it creates friction. It creates chaos. But because that same situation is still there. So if we can focus on our emotions and how we feel, and we ground ourselves before we do that, and we allow for ourselves to have these experiences, but allow them to be grounded out, then we are in a space where we can tackle the challenge, tackle the situation, allow ourselves to feel this emotion or this situation little by little, but ground it out, because we have to face reality in order to become better for ourselves. If we remain ungrounded, then we disconnect so much that it becomes harder and harder to manifest. It becomes harder and harder to understand your current reality, to connect with the people that you care about. You become your own reality, your own world, and not in a healthy way. Right. It sounds like she is all about escapism, but with no basis in reality. And in truth, she is about escapism, but she is so light, headed and such. She's up here in the air, and she's experiencing that, but she has no way of grounding because that's her nature. She's air. And so it's like she can appreciate, look down, oh, wow, look at that. That's cool. But she has no emotional connection. So bring in the emotional connection to what you're disconnecting from, so you can process it, so you can work through and heal. We might have been talking about air that day too. I don't know, but this is very interesting to me. Okay, let's see. First was initiation of air. Okay, yes, it was initiation of air. It was initiation of air. It was a light worker oracle, initiation of air, and then grounding. Oh, interesting. See, my intent. Well, and again, it depends on your situation, because for some people, like it's like the bodies or the mind, spirit, whatever, the natural reaction to disconnect. Some people have this natural ability to disconnect, like, oh, and it's a way, because of other things that have happened in their lives, like it's a way for them to protect themselves. So for some, it's like naturally disconnect, boom, let's go to air, let's go fly, because I can't deal with this right now. So some people have this natural response to do this, like disconnect, boom, I'm not gonna deal with this shit. Like, and it's not, again, yeah, right, it's not always intentional. Sometimes it's like, oh, you don't even realize you're doing this, but there are signs that you receive, like you feel disconnected, or you feel like, why do I not feel anything about this? So we have to remind ourselves to emotionally connect to whatever situation we are disconnecting from, so we can eventually process and release it and send it on its way. Grounding is vital to our life. Grounding allows us to have more power in our life experience. It allows us to direct our energy. It allows us to make, choices that are based on what we really desire in this moment. When we are grounded and we make decisions based on our life, based on what we feel, based on what we know is going to be in our highest and best. If we are not grounded and we make decisions or we do things, we don't care. We just make decisions, and whatever happens, happens. But when we're grounded, we take everything into consideration, because we know how we want to experience life. We're going to choose the thing that leads us to where our highest and best is. The thing you try to escape follows you around. No running away from it. What you fear, you attract. Deal with it, ground yourself, and live. Learn through it. It's learning. Exactly. I'm the opposite of this. Sarah, maybe you need to unground a little. Have a little airy time. Survival mode. Yes, be emotional, unconnected to save myself, to avoid emotional breakdown. Then with time and grounding myself, took over a year to deal with. Exactly. We give ourselves, again, no one can tell you your mourning process or your healing time, but it's a good reminder to realize, like, we go through things and sometimes we have to disconnect in order to save ourselves. But when we are able, when we finally have that space where, okay, this is enough time for me, I get to decide because it's my life, enough time has processed, so I'm ready to now handle the trauma. I'm ready to now handle whatever I went through. So now I have to get back in the thing, get back in this life of mine, ground myself, and allow my emotions to slowly come back so I can process. Does that make sense? Okay, so the Light Princess, card 1. Card 2, we move on to... getting my hand right is like... the Juniper Tree. Card 2 is the Juniper Tree. This bitch is fierce too, damn. Okay, this is interesting. So the Juniper Tree, Deception. Card 2. The Juniper Tree, Deception. How does that make you feel? What do you think of when you think of deception, especially right now, especially after being ungrounded? Stepmother, she killed me. My father, he ate me. My sister, Marlinkin, yeah, that's a word I can't pronounce, gathered all my bones, tied them in a silken scarf, laid them beneath the juniper tree. Fuck, that's crazy. This this terrible and beautiful story begins with a woman standing beneath a juniper tree in her own garden. In her own garden, wishing with all her heart for a child as red as blood and as white as snow. She has a premonition of her own death and asks her husband to bury her beneath the juniper tree. She then grows and swells with child and gives birth to a son. Red-cheeked and white-skinned, she holds him to her, feeds him with love, and then, after the third day of her life as a mother, passes gently from this world. She is buried beneath the juniper tree, and her husband, who loved her dearly, grieves hard, but cares for his child. Page turn. After his grief lifts, he takes a new wife. Holy shit, y'all, this is a long one. Sorry. Takes a new wife, and she gives birth to a daughter called Marlinchen. It's like Marlinchen. Marlinchen. Who knows? In time, the new wife resents the boy, for he will inherit the father's house and money, and she wants this for herself and for her own child. One day, her resentment festering inside her, she offers her daughter an apple and sends her out to play. She becomes filled with evil and calls in her stepson, her mind twisted with anger and righteous hatred for this boy who she sees as her downfall. Ooh. She offers him an apple too, telling him it is inside a box with a heavy lid. He reaches into the box and she brings down the lid on his tender white neck, severing, oh my goddess, severing his head. Holy shit. She then takes a bandage. And ties his head back onto his body. She calls Marlinchen in, telling her to ask her stepbrother for an apple, and if he does not give her one, she is to box his ears. Marlinchen asks sweetly for the apple from her dead stepbrother, and having no response to her pleas, she strikes him, and his head falls to the floor. She cries in oh my, this is terrible. She cries in anguish, believing she has killed her brother, and runs to her mother, who tells her she will make it all right. Marlinchen nods, weeping for the loss of her brother. Frightened, she will be punished and her soul condemned for this murder she believes she has committed. When the father returns home, the stepmother tells him the boy has gone away for a time to stay with his uncle. She then serves the husband a stew made of the boy's body. Marlinchen, weeping quietly, is also forced to eat the stew. Oh, gross. Marlinchen, filled with remorse, steals her brother's bones from her mother and lays them to rest with her tears under the juniper tree, and a strange thing happens. As she weeps, a bird emerges from the tree, singing a song of a boy dying at the hands of his stepmother, but wept for by his sister. Sorry. The bird flies, singing to a goldsmith this song, who gifts the bird a golden chain. So moved is he by the sadness of the tale, the bird sings the song to a shoemaker, who offers the bird red shoes, and to a miller, who gives the bird a millstone. The bird then returns to the juniper tree and sings its song over and over. The father goes out to see what is singing such a beautiful song, and the golden chain falls about his neck. The father tells everyone that a beautiful bird gave him a chain. It sings again, and Marlinchen goes out to see if this is true, and the red shoes fall to her. She smiles for the first time since the death of her brother, and the stepmother inside is burning up with a fever of anger, fear, and guilt, and wishes to hush the bird from singing the song of truth. She rushes outside, seeking out the bird, and upon her head falls the millstone, crushing her bones into the earth, ending her life of bitterness and anger. Sorry. The father and Marlinchen cry out as the dust rises from the earth at the falling of the stone, and when it clears, there is no longer any bird, but a boy with a look of joy upon his face. They embrace, they share the story together, and they go inside for their evening meal, as the bones and body of the evil one find their only rest beneath the branches of the juniper tree. When this card comes to you, I have to put this down, sorry. So when this card comes to you, you will see soon that you have been carrying a great burden, when the responsibility for much of the sadness lies with another. You must let go of the sense that everything is your fault and begin to understand that you have a good heart. Don't lose hope. Keep doing what you know to be the right and compassionate thing, and soon a lost loved one will be returned to you. The parting and the sadness you have experiences due to the third party's involvement. Do the right thing, and the love you feel you have lost will return to you. Meaning, greed must be dissolved. Do not act out of anger or resentment. Do not be impulsive. Compassion is rewarded. False blame, cunning, To shift blame, magic reveals the truth. A return to life after cruelty, love and tenderness saves us all. The magical power of trees and nature, the innocence of children reclaimed, resurrection and a second chance at life. What is that? Okay, so how does that make you feel? What comes up for you? What do you feel like this card is saying right now? Deception. It's a powerful card. Very powerful card, actually. So let's discuss this. Wow. Oh, Capricorn, Sarah. Wow. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Look of judgment on her face. I know. I know. She's like, don't mess with me. Truly. Juniper tree. Yes. Oh, I love that. Am I being deceived? It's like my life story. Yeah, right. Reminds me of the story of like Cassandra too, a little bit. Looks pissed off. Chen. Little Marlon, sorry. Oh shit, yep. It's like my brain's like blue. Yep. Right. Okay, so this deck is awesome. Yeah, Faerytale Oracle. So karma. So the juniper tree, deception, the struggle is real. She has issues. Maybe she needs some ground right. Snapples, good bird. Right. Trip out my brother. Oh wow. She's ungrounding. New deck. Okay, wow. Where to start? I know, right? Well, on that note, okay, we'll have fun. Let's see. Yeah, seemingly dark card with a very important message. Okay, yep. Well, card 2 is not necessarily a negative thing because we have information now. Taken to where angels dare to tread and grounding, regroup, take back her kingdom. Yeah, so the juniper tree, deception. It is right now, and again, depending on what you're going through, it's right now to not allow, again, this is another constant message, that to not allow for outside influence, to people's like little words, to influence how you choose to handle things. It is very important that you root yourself in your heart space, that you root yourself in the heart so that you can respond from something that is in your highest and best and what you know is true. So don't allow someone to gossip and taint your perception of something when you already know how you're going to handle something. Deception, when someone is lying to you, when someone right now is actually deceiving you and they are trying to turn this on you. You know what I mean? And so that's why, again, we go back to the first card, Ungrounded. That's why it's so important right now to understand what we are disconnecting with, so that we can ground ourselves again and look at it from a different point of view, because there's some sort of deception there, even if it's deception of self, when we're lying to ourselves and we're just trying to it could be possible for that to also be what we're discussing. But it's extremely important that we are true to that nature and we are true to our nature, handle things from this. And again, that's why it's so important to be grounded, because when you're grounded, you're able to be ready to handle yourself, so you can understand, where your heart is, what you want to do, how you want to respond. And so when someone does come in or something does come in and say, hey, I've heard this about this so-and-so, they're saying this about you. And in reality, that person that's saying that to you was actually, saying the same thing to the other person, or trying to get them to talk about you, or that person is frustrated with you. And so they're going to the other person and talking shit, but they're coming back to you saying, oh, well, they say this about you. You know what I mean? So there's that sort of deceptive nature. And it's very important that we understand that when we're grounded, we can handle that with our truth. Like, oh, bitch, I can see that, They can be happy under after suffering cruelty. I need to hear this exactly. It's you think for so long that you were responsible for something, or you're such a terrible person because you allowed this to happen or whatever. But in reality, it's like, no, that's not the story. The story is like, I mourned this. I'm a good person. I'm a great person. I have a heart, and people are making it out to seem like I'm this terrible person, or you're going through whatever situation that you're going through, and it's like, no, that's not you. You are not responsible for how other people perceive you. You are not responsible for how other people how they use their twisted tongues. You are not responsible for that. You are responsible for yourself. So stand in your own power, stand in your truth, and interact with the world from that space. Do not allow for the outside world to taint you. No. Right, right. The two cards really come together exactly. That when you've been deceived and you isolate yourself, that's when you need to ground yourself to see how to go forward. Sometimes giving time before handling things, sometimes doing nothing, things come to light. The truth will come out. Exactly, the truth will come out. So it's like you have to move on. You have to trust your instincts. Don't not trust your instincts. Don't allow that to take don't allow your power to be taken from you. Handle yourself the way you have always handled yourself. Continue to focus on growth. Continue to focus on uplifting energy. Continue to focus on what matters to you. And even if you are disconnected for a while, continue to do that. Allow yourself to follow that path. So when you're ready and you connect again, things will be found out. Things will be seen as truth. And you know that you have handled yourself true at all time and authentically at all times. So, the juniper tree, it's like this, again, deception, very interesting story, a story that we can tell ourselves, a story that others tell about us, or however that works out. But it's so important that we find our grounding. And again, the juniper tree, she was buried, the mother was buried, grounded, and through that grounding, something beautiful comes of it. So, interesting energies to take into consideration. But again, it's very important that you handle yourself right now with complete authentic nature. Do not lie. Be honest. Live in your own truth. Yes. Blaming yourself isn't going to solve it. I blame myself for my childhood abuse and just open up recently about I'm trying to heal from it. Exactly. Blaming yourself doesn't do anything. It's understanding, you as you, and no blame needs to be had, and handling yourself in an honest and with honesty and integrity. Yeah. So that's a very I don't know. The cards, that story was very intense, and it just makes you feel a type of way. So that's card 2. Card 3 is Tamlin Battle. This bitch is like fierce. So the 3 cards very interesting. So Tamlin, there. Battle. Look at that bitch. She's like, I will cut you. I will shoot you. I will shank you. I'm going to fuck you up somehow. So how does that make you feel? Sorry, that card. Tamlin Battle. If my love were an earthly knight, though he's an elfin gray, I would not give my own true love for any lord that ye have. 3 times Tamlin changes, and three times Janet holds. She sprinkles a circle of earth and blessed water about him and brings him home. The tale of Tamlin is Scottish, and no one creates heroines like the Scots. This may be called Tamlin, but it is Janet's story. It is a story of initiation, change, transformation, and reckoning, and freedom after imprisonment. This is very interesting. So initiation stands out because we've talked about that before recently, and freedom after imprisonment also. The strong, fierce will of the heroine frees the man held captive by the fairy queen, even though he is forced to change, and Janet must hold fast, not letting him go, until at last he turns into hot coals. She flings him into the well, and he is born again as his human self. When this card comes to you, you are being reminded of your amazing power to free others by refusing to give in to overwhelming forces. You are so strong, and you can set an incredible example of courage and pride, for this heroine is proud proud of her family, her name, and her choices, even when they have her walk outside of what is considered to be the right thing for her to do. What does this mean for you? It means that despite the rules you have broken, you have done this for the right reasons. Your immense resolve and determination are an inspiration to others and always will be, and are so powerful that you are able to inspire others to become truly themselves. When this card comes to you, be like Janet of the Tamlin story, set others free through refusing to be intimidated. Stay true to yourself and to your own values. This connects with the previous card really well. Even when you walk in a strange land, as Janet does, and know that when you pick a rose, magic can happen. Love is also at the heart of the Tamlin story. The refusal to discard a lover because they are in different circumstances, instead of choosing to be strong and supportive. So when this card appears, know you can stand by friends and loved ones, and your support means the world to them, especially during a difficult trial or even a court case. You are a tower of strength and will be appreciated, and so much love will be yours. But you do not do this for reward. You do this because it is right, and because the love you have goes beyond good times. It extends into the nightmares that all humans experience throughout their lives. And your loyalty is a shining light for others, to reach for in their darkest moments. Meaning, face the conflict with courage, hold true and hold fast, loyal, steadfast, true to own values, devotion through the hard times, passing a test, rescue and redemption, coming home, honoring yourself, a time of fertile ideas and actions, help from a strong female. Woo, girl. This is interesting. So how do you feel about that? What comes up for you? What do you think? She will shank you, bitch. What, pink on the upper corner? Oh, sorry. Me at the haters. She's ready to kick. She has kicked some ass. Mm-hmm. Right? It does connect really well. Yep. Protecting your own. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what do you think? Battle. What does Tamlin say to you? So this card, extremely important to, hold your own and to realize, like, you know what? It doesn't matter what people say. I'm fighting for what is right. I'm fighting for what I know to be true. I am sticking with this. I know that we've had like harsh times, and I feel like on some level in relationships, this can be a rocky relationship where you've had negative situations, you've had a breakup, and then you get back together and you're working through things and you're healing. So Tamlin, the could be the finalization of, like, you know what, we're gonna stick through this, we're gonna do this, and because that love story is so strong, and you are both in alignment at working through and making sure things work out for the highest and best. So that could be very well what this card is representing as some level. Another thing, it's like you're gonna have to battle those who go against you. I've been talking for like 100 years and my ring light went out. Oh well. So we have the Light Princess. We have ungrounded energy, where we are disconnecting from a situation. That's not what's right now. What we need to do is to find out where we're disconnecting in our life right now and bring our emotions back into it, so we can reground ourselves and face what is necessary. Because if we don't face what is necessary right now, it's going to build into a bigger problem. And then the Juniper Tree deception. It's like, okay, we are being made to feel like we are wrong. We are being made to feel like there's something wrong with us, or we were responsible for something that we were not responsible for. We are being deceived. And so it's a mind fuck. And so we have to be very aware that, no, as long as I handle myself with my highest and best, and apparently I'm, my tits too, as long as I handle myself with my highest and best, and I stay true to my heart, and I stay true to my ethics and my morals, and I continue to handle myself grounded in my integrity, that's what matters. And so the truth will be found out. And so when, other people run their mouths and other people are saying, well, they're talking shit, and you continue to remain authentic and stay in your power and don't allow for other people to influence you, no, they're not. You're talking shit. So then it's like Tamlin battle. Fight for what is right. Fight for what is yours, and fight for truth, and fight for honor, and fight for love. Stick it out and know that things are getting better, and you are strong and courageous. Within all the darkness, stick to your truth. You are doing it for all the right reasons. Fighting to live your true self, loyalty to yourself and your beliefs. Love yourself to allow you to love another. Yes. Being true to heart, live from your heart space. Exactly. And, your heart is extremely important, because your heart is your life, and your life is vital, obviously, to your existence. And you are necessary for this world to be a better space, and so honor that, be true. When we filter things through our heart space, we create such an amazing space for each and every one of us. If we all just tapped into that heart and fought for what is right in the heart, we would have a very different reality. So very important to fight for. And also Tamlin battle, and the cards are coming up, and it makes me think of just our current climate, where it's not enough. I'm trying to say things without having to say them. I want to make sure I express it correctly, so hopefully it transfers best. But it's not enough to just have friends who are of minority, or friends who are different. It's not enough to just well, I have a friend. It's not enough to just think or wish someone well. It's not enough to just want people to just get along. It's not enough. And this is saying you have to fight. Just, you might be the friend in your circle that is for equality, marriage rights, women's rights, rights for humanity, and you have other people in your circle who are like hating and want all of these things to bring people down, and you're scared to voice yourself. Well, these cards to me also have that extra layer. I'm not saying that's what it's for everyone, but there's that extra layer that I just have to say right now. It's extremely important for us to stand up for what we truly are and what we believe in. And so if you are that person, that liberated person who is like, you know what, I love all people, and I accept people for who they are, and we should have women's rights. We should have equal rights. We should have so much of this. And people don't agree with you, fuck them. Speak up, because they don't have an issue with expressing how they feel. So speak up, because you are the change. You are what is necessary. And when you fight for the heart, when you fight from heart space, and when you express yourself from heart space, it creates a massive shift in other people. And so it might be that little bit, that seed that you just planted, that creates immense change across the board. And so I'm not saying that I don't want to make this political, even though life is political, but there is that other layer that is being expressed to me right now that is important for us to find our voice, express it, take action. And please don't think that because we have friends of minority, friends who are different, friends of different spiritualities and religions, just because we have friends, that means we are a good person. That means we actually are for their rights. But if you don't do anything to help, you don't do anything, or we don't do anything to be of service, that's not taking action. Anywho, these are the cards of our day. So yes, self-care, acceptance, absolutely. Shawnette. Justice, So these are the cards of our day. And again, I thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you for sharing space with me. It means the world to me. It's extremely important. I feel like we discuss and we share and we heal and we work through things, and we are given, the tools to create more for ourselves and to step into our own power and to be of service and to just, know that we're not alone. So again, thank you so much. It is the 31st of January, which means that tomorrow, our Friday cards of the day will only be in the Patreon group. Okay, so again, I'm going to share the link with you right now. Join Patreon if you want. It's not necessary. You do not have to. But tomorrow, it will be in our group on Facebook. We have a group on Facebook, and our cards of the day will be in that group, okay? So, yeah, if you want to receive the cards of the day for Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're going to have to join the group. We're going to go back, as of February, we're going back to cards of the day public only on Tarot Tuesdays, okay? And so, you get so much more when you join Patreon. It's not necessary. Please don't think it is, but it is definitely appreciated. Again, thank you so much. You are appreciated. You are strong, and you will get through all of this interesting challenges, and it'll make you and make all of us a better person and open up a better space for us all to work with and work through. So, again, thank you so much. I really do appreciate everyone. I know I've said that 1,000 times, but I mean it. And I'll talk to you all soon. Blessed be.